Welcome to the acclaimed podcast, The Deep Dive, featuring your esteemed hosts, Andy Monitor and Drew Dinzik, powered by BetSperts.
Welcome to The Deep Dive. Andy, what a weird day. I have a lot of thoughts. Don't really know where to go first. 4-1 in the contest, 3-2 on sides. That's all good. I can't win a total right now. I might be cursed betting totals. I might
I ain't stopping.
Well, you can play some totals on tonight's opening stream. I will pass because I don't want to jinx them. And then I will kind of get my totals right later in the season. Maybe I think I need a cleanse of some sort. I do not understand how you
got just the thing.
I don't know how I could have as much. Oh, Topo Chico. Oh, that would be good actually. Oh, now I want to go to
cleanse, baby.
You tell me that before. I would have had Topo Chico too. Now I want one. Get one because I'm down in the man cave, here for the stream. But that's fine. But yeah, no, I need to reevaluate my life when it comes to betting totals because this is not fun. CLV in
I know, and then the clearest thing,
that doesn't matter.
I very, very much was convinced of the Vikings over after a couple other people were talking about it. I'm like, man,
absolutely.
Do I want both the total and the side in this game? Like that just feels like I don't know. Maybe that shouldn't be a thing. That's a discussion.
It should not be a thing, right?
It shouldn't be a thing. If you like both the total and the side, I think fire away because I feel very foolish not having an over 50, 51 or something in that game.
Yeah, that almost got in the first half.
The third quarter was like 80. So
they almost got in the first half. Even landing on, what did they have? 67 points was low. That was not indicative of how many points could have been scored in that game. But yeah, I'm getting it out. I'm getting it off my chest. A bunch of ones that I loved didn't fire on them, and they were winners. And the three that we picked last week were all. Maybe I'm just cursed making bets in Vegas. That could be it. But
we're back at home.
Yeah, because the that Saints Panthers under was I was kicking myself for not getting the best of the number there. Wouldn't have mattered at all. Didn't come into play whatsoever. Our guy Rob Pizzola made a great case for that Patriots under on the matchbook stream. I was like, that's a really fucking good case that I didn't fire. That was a no doubter. A bunch of these late games sailed over the total. Ooh, actually, Titans Seahawks. If the Titans do not get a touchdown, that is going to middle, which is always fun.
Yeah.
Under the opener, over the closer is always a fun one. But yeah, there was some interesting stuff today. Where do you want to go first?
Interesting. Let's spin through the games quick, and then we'll get to some openers. Try to rip through these, especially for let's posit that Andy had a birthday party for a 10-year-old, had some company over, and I missed a good chunk of the early games. I did catch myself up the best I can, but boy, do I have I'm going to be up late watching some stuff. I don't think I saw a moment of the Bears-Bengals game. It looks like Dalton was hurt. There was Burrow throwing some picks. A lot of costly pick sixes today. Kind of an ugly game. Did you catch any of that? Did you have any feel off that? I expected the Bengals to do better.
I put the Bengals into a bunch of teasers because they were in the.
It was like the only teaser leg.
It was the only teaser leg, but even that was sweat. The Bengals had the sort of the trendy dog whiff about them.
Yeah,
they
got bet late. Like there was steam at the steam kind of right before the window there.
Steam into the close. Yeah. What did that close? 1.5.
There was ones out there, which again, you're not crossing
one. God.
Yeah.
No, because that was a 3.5 to 3 on the opener, and then, wow. Well, I mean, we talked about the Bengals in great detail last week because I watched a lot of that Bengals-Vikings game, and their coach still is a problem. Like, their coaching is a problem, and they did not look like they came into that game well prepared at all. Derrick Henry got a touchdown. We might have a Titans cover when it's all said and done. We may have a Titans win. No, we will definitely have a Titans cover when it's all said and done. We may have a Titans win. Wow.
I don't know. There's 5.5s out there. This is going to OT, maybe. Or are they going for 2?
Seahawks can't seem to. No, they did not. They just kicked the extra point and they made it. So it was 30-30 with 30 seconds left. Russell Wilson could move them into field goal contention at this point. That Titans defense was in the first half was like freaking. What's the right word?
Vikings-esque?
Like Keystone Cops. It was like it was a joke.
That one drive where they went. Even the announcers joked, like, they didn't use a timeout. They didn't have to use any timeouts. Like, they went 75 yards without using timeouts in a very short amount of time. Well, we'll hit on that when we have a final and we had no exact.
All right, let's zip down.
Texas, Texas Browns.
Zip down in order. No, we gotta start with New Orleans, Carolina.
No, I'm looking at the wrong order then.
Carolina, yeah, that was 269 in the rotation. Carolina, I don't think they're that good. I really don't. And realistically, the fact that they got the win today, I feel like was more about New Orleans not being well prepared for that game, because who the hell knows where they're even practicing and preparing at this point. New Orleans, that opener against the Patriots is going to be interesting. I was all primed up to get a Patriots play down on that one. That opener is probably going to be out of control, though. I was hoping for a pick, and it just popped. New England -2.5. I guess that's about the same as a pick. God damn it.
No interest there for me.
Let's put a pin on that. Let's put a pin on that. God damn it. Houston. Oh, that's going to go to 3. That's going to go 3 before I can get a bet down.
Bet it. All right. My rotation number is not looking the same as yours. I'm using the wrong app. Tell me which one do you want to do next?
Houston, Cleveland.
Cleveland. Baker dinged up his shoulder a little. Interesting to see how that
left shoulder
hashes out afterwards.
It was his non-throwing shoulder.
I think so. Again, didn't catch much of that. I think he went full Mel Gibson. They popped that shit back in, and Houston squirrely. I think every quarterback was hurt in that game, because we will see some. What is it? Yeah, it's Thursday night game. Your classic Darnold Davis Mills matchup, because it's sounding like the hamstring for Mr. Tyrod is getting an MRI, and if that doesn't go good, it's not going to be great for our viewing pleasure come Thursday. Cleveland putting up that many points, so that's kind of what we come to expect from this.
I got an initial read on that one. You want to guess what it is? Pass.
Don't watch it.
Pass. Can't believe we got to do a TNF game with this garbage. 2 weeks into the season, and I'm already bitching about the quality of the games. Cincinnati, Chicago. You mentioned Cincinnati. I thought came in flat. Not a huge surprise considering how emotional their week 1 win was. Good for Chicago, I guess, getting on the win total. I think the Chicago team is still so bad, and I guess the opener was fair. It opened at 3, got to 3.5. Actually, it got bet down to 2 on the close. Steam was not correct on that one.
Oh no, it was more of a even if you had a bigger number, were there 3s? Could you got like a backdoor push on that? Not 100% sure. That was one we really weren't super interested outside of it.
Oh, you could have gotten no.
The teaser leg.
No, you could you could have had a 3.5 on the open, and you could have gotten a win. Yeah.
A gross backdoor. All right. And this is driving me nuts now. I just have to pull up the right rotation number. I'm looking at the score app I was using, and they're not in the right order.
Pittsburgh was the 4th. Pittsburgh.
I'll let you handle that.
Pittsburgh lost almost their entire D-line in the first half of that game, which really changed things so significantly. I thought in general they did a good job of kind of hanging on for dear life, but ultimately it was not to be. Congratulations to the Raiders for coming off an emotional Monday Night Football win on a short week, going into Heinz Field and getting a win. That was probably your most impressive win of the week, I would say, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've always said like Vegas is our offense, still has some pieces, and Carr doesn't suck that bad. It's just if this offensive line can't protect him and the defense stinks, it's not going to work out. And yet here they are,
just a brutally bad spot, and they got it done.
Yeah, it was a rough spot, and like I guess some people said it was too many points, and kudos to them at that point, I guess.
I agree with Patrick, but we'll get there. We don't have to rush on that one. I don't think that one's going to move significantly against us.
No. Buffalo, Miami. Oof.
Tua went out early.
Yeah.
You hate to see it because it felt like that unwound the entire team. Good bounce back for Buffalo, though. Buffalo was obviously the right side in that one. I guess if you had a Buffalo ticket, which we, obviously some of our smart friends in this community 100% did, didn't even really probably watch much of that game because you didn't need to. All right. That was one-way traffic after it became the Jacoby Brissett show. Although Buffalo, Dolphins did some drives. They just crapped out in the red zone every time I saw them. Actually that was kind of a weird theme today. A lot of red zone crapping your pants. A lot of that.
Ask Chargers about that.
Ask Chargers about that. It's the Colts about that. Colts first. We'll move down to the. Actually, yeah. Let's move down.
Next one, Rams, Colts.
Let's move down.
I didn't know what to make of that game. I
true
felt
result.
Like
do you think that was a true result, or did I get a lucky cover here with my Colts?
Probably got a lucky cover, but the fact that you got a 4, I mean, it felt kind of like the Bears-Rams game where it's like, this game was always going to be like a 3 or 4 point game, one way or the other. And like having the best of the number was probably going to get you there more times than not. So I think it was probably a good grab, but again, it was a weird, kind of a weird result there too. And if Tennessee too, if Indy or Tennessee lose by like 3 touchdowns, it's not a surprising result. It's just, you put yourself in a good position there at least. Again, I didn't catch much of that one. I don't know. Maybe we'll go to the chat on that one.
Which one? You talking about Colts?
Colts. Yeah, the Colts cover.
All right. So the thesis there was Colts could get out to a lead. They drove easily against the Rams whenever they were asked. They had 2 horrific red zone trips. One was futility. One was Carson Wentz just making an absolutely remarkably poor decision to do a shovel pass into a Rams defender's gullet, right into his gut. Yeah. And it was like, wow, this is how this is going to go. Really? Like, this is going to be a long day. And yeah, I mean, functionally, like they get the free points with the block, with the punt mishap by the Rams. Second punt mishap that swung a cover this year already. Or I guess swung a no.
Minnesota had a drive extended by a punt. There was a few roughing the punter plays.
Weird. There was some weird.
That was coming out in droves.
But yeah, the Rams ultimately they give the Colts a free 7 with a punt mishap. I guess my general takeaway: whenever the Rams needed it, whenever the situation called for it, they just kind of pressed the button, and it was like go. And there were times in the game where they didn't need it and they weren't as aggressive and they didn't really call the good plays. Like this Rams team is weird because they can score so fast when they need it, but at other times look so pedestrian. And I don't think our read on their defense is wrong. I think this is a bad defense. The fact that this was only a 51-point game was misleading. It went over the total. So anyone who bet the over, who they guide the right side, they get a win. But it was still a somewhat strange final score for how easily those offenses were moving on each other. Carson Wentz likely done for a little while, maybe for a while.
I don't know. I haven't got a super good update on that. Ankle was beat up pretty bad. That's not the guy you want hitting your ankle.
No,
I guess we'll find out here in the next couple hours.
Yeah,
maybe if somebody has an updated.
Theo points out Cooper Kupp apparently undefendable. Cannot cover Cooper Kupp if you're the Chicago Bears or the Indianapolis Colts. They had no one within a mile of him on so many freaking routes. Speaking of, how good is freaking Hunter Renfrow, by the way? Hunter Renfrow was absolutely ridiculous.
It's like he's in the national title game all over
again.
And
what's funny is that you look at Hunter Renfrow's stat line and you're like, meh. Fantasy people are probably like, yeah, well, whatever. But if you watch that game, like every time they needed something important, he was the number they called and he did something pretty awesome. And in fact, in general, I thought the Raiders converted a lot of like eye-opening third down conversions. Like how in the hell did they convert that? Like, holy shit. So yeah, good job by Hunter.
San Fran, Philly.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Don't know what to make of that game. Yeah, and the Wentz thing, if somebody has some stuff, let me know. I'd like to know because Jacob Eason hating it. Like, that's going to be bad.
Ooh,
also, speaking of the Eagles, if we're going to move to that game, it's bad for you as well because if Wentz sits out a bunch of games And actually, he doesn't even have to sit out that many games, and you lose yourself an extra pick that you would have gotten that trade
True.
for Philadelphia. Philly took an early lead, and then it was just kind of 7-3 at halftime? Yeah, we had an over in that one. Woof.
Philly was awful in the red zone in the first half.
Yeah.
Philly could have dictated a lot of that game. The fact that they went into halftime 7-3 after how dominant they were in the first half was a very clear, like, what the fuck? Like, the locker room probably was looking around each other like, what's going on today? How are we possibly down in this game? And they were down 7-3 at halftime after dominating the first half. Neither quarterback was impressive. Neither offense looked crisp at all. I guess credit to the 49ers defense for playing as well as they played after absorbing some pretty significant injuries last week. I don't think I really want to make this like reflect on the 49ers. Are they really good kind of a deal? Like
they got to win. And again, they had some injuries at Greenbrier, which sucks. Like, they might not be booking that trip again, but to get a win here on your second straight week East, even if you did stay East, good for you. You got it done. You got the win.
Everything about that game was
not
weird,
impressed
though.
by anyone there.
Elijah Mitchell being the feature back for the 49ers is confusing. George Kittle not being a huge part of the passing game is confusing. Only 4 targets. Philadelphia's plan was confusing. Jalen Hurts on the ground is still dynamic, but through the air, his average depth of target remains nothing. He only connected with Devontae Smith on 2 of 7 targets. Yikes. There were a couple of plays that he absolutely should have been able to make some hay with, I thought. So in general, this is a minus on Hurts in terms of like his grade, long-term
which
grading.
maybe is a plus for the team. Like, if they know where they're at, they can make some decisions in the offseason here with just seeing what they have in him. Yeah,
Jimmy Garoppolo managed to avoid the key turnover. He did not throw a pick. He fumbled, but they did not lose that fumble. So I don't know.
I didn't see, and again, didn't watch much of that one. It's kind of a theme with the noon games, honestly. I don't think there was like field stuff. Like, we didn't see, or Fields, excuse me, Trey Lance stuff. Like, they just with unimpressive. Jimmy Garoppolo got the win. It is what it is from there.
Was there even Lance stuff?
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't see any Lance stuff. He didn't make the stat sheet. So unless he did run one, I guess I could double check that too. I didn't see him take a drop back. Lance, rushing, nothing. So I don't know if he even made it out there for a trick play that maybe ended up with nothing. Otherwise, he'd be on the stat sheet for that. So no Lance stuff there. Denver, Jacksonville stinks. Like, they legitimately just might stink. Really, one of those touchdowns was a crazy long. And if you watch that return, if you watch that kickoff return too, it wasn't like, oh my God, what great blocking on that kickoff. Like, he kind of ran into a bunch of guys, nobody grabbed him, and then he just took off again. I don't know, half the team thought he was just down. And outside of that, it was a lot of nothing for there. And I guess Teddy covers is a favorite too. That's how we live. And yeah, it wasn't again, not impressed with much stuff for there, but yeah, Jacksonville, 17 losses in a row.
Honestly, Trevor Lawrence was pretty fucking bad, dude.
Yeah.
He was pretty bad.
It's a good D. And
Trevor Lawrence in the scripted portion of the offense was fine. Like, when he knew exactly where to go and what to do, he was fine. The minute that the script ran out, he looked lost out there. And yeah, you're going up against a Vic Fangio defense, so it's tough. It's a tough ask. But that was concerning, honestly. Ooh, Seattle roughing the passer penalty. That might be a game decider. No, the Trevor Lawrence experience was not great. A ton of this, I really want to hang around the coaching, and in general the scheme. Like they're asking him to do some really difficult stuff for a rookie, and I don't want to be like, hey, they're fucking ruining this kid, but they kind of are, which sucks. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like we're going to get to the end of the season. Urban Meyer's going to go away. They're going to bring in a new coaching staff.
Hopefully
and literally, like, we're going to, like, we might go through the Sam Darnold, Adam Gase experience again, which is brutal. I don't want this. Like, I want Lawrence to succeed, but like, the stuff they were asking him to do was not how you operate with the rookie quarterback. Look what the Patriots are doing with Mac Jones. Like, that's the right way to do it. And yeah, it's frustrating, man.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this isn't like breaking news. We said this with Urban. We're not a fan of Urban. We're not a fan of. We didn't think he'd be able to manage this, right? And it's just gone downhill from there. So, and I'm gonna spin this into the next game because mishandling there clearly of what could be a decent talent. We just talked about Trey Lance not really making the fields. Obviously, we have what we have in Chicago. The Jets game pretty rough for Mr. Wilson. Like,
holy shit, it was.
Like, we joked about this. Like, you can't bet a positional player rookie of the year because of the, there's so many quarterbacks and one of them's got to pop.
Well, it's Mac Jones, obviously. Yeah. I mean, like right now, Mac Jones. Like, if they when they reopen,
Mac Jones
reopen
even that impressive.
No,
but he's clearly ahead of him.
Clearly, only guy with the win so far, right?
Like, just stay healthy, Mac Jones, and you win.
That
was a double rookie game there. So yeah, obviously we don't have to dwell too much on Wilson.
Real quick, Trevor Lawrence's stat line. Did you see this?
Yes.
14 of 33. Okay, now again, keep in mind he was something like 8 of 10 in the first 15 plays, and then was something like 6 of 23 from thereafter. 118 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Both picks were like the game's still going too fast for him. The fact that this happened at home and not on the road is a huge question mark. Then this kid has to turn around and play on Thursday night. Are you fucking shitting?
No.
Oh no, Houston, not Jacksonville. Okay.
Yeah, it's Houston.
He has to freaking host Arizona next week. Okay, yeah, like Kyler Murray's not going to hang freaking 50 points on those clowns.
I know, but
this defense is pretty poor. This defense is pretty
Denver's
poor. And honestly,
is good. And honestly,
Jacksonville's defense in holding Denver to 23 played very well. Like, they played above their heads, I thought.
Yeah, no, like Denver's defense is good. And their offense is probably going to be similar to that. And honestly, we should move on because we have like an hour. We can't spend 10 minutes on the Jags.
Excuse me. Pat's cover.
I don't have much to say on Jets New England. Like, we kind of already covered. Mac Jones is serviceable already. He's decent and probably it's the antithesis of the Urban Meyer problem. When you have good coaches and you have a good rookie, you can bring him in. And I feel like that's why we didn't see much Stidham stuff. It's like, well, this guy, unless we have to,
he's not good. Yeah,
he's not good. We're not going to play him. Where maybe that's the ultimate sign off of Mac Jones. Yeah, like the joke about Tom Brady. Tom Brady's a system quarterback, and like, it's fun we had with Belichick and him, but like, it is a good system for a quarterback to succeed in if they listen to the coaches and they have the skill set. So I think Mac Jones is going to be fine. And then I don't know. Maybe New York is just too far gone from the Gase years.
Honestly, dude. The decisions that Zach Wilson was making, like the picks that he threw, only one of them the receiver should have caught. One of them. The other ones were like aggressively bad underthrows, forced into clear, good coverage, and just a general like WTF on the last one. Man, dude. Belichick's defense is good against a rookie, I guess.
Easier to scheme against a rookie.
He got sacked 4 times. I guess that was less than expected, maybe, considering how bad that offensive line was. Happy to lay the points for the Patriots and get an easy cover there. Never really felt like it was in doubt. This Patriots team, though, should have scored more than 25 against the Jets defense. So they may have their work cut out for them against the Saints, although the Saints will be kind of still these traveling hobos for the 3rd week now.
Yeah, show on the road still for them with still flooding, electrical issues, whatnot. Minnesota, Arizona, we
Lots
touched
of
on a little while the
problems.
game was going on. Lots and lots and lots of problems for, despite the fun little flash of excellence from that linebacker Vigil, who was, I mean, that was a great play. That was a really good read by him to read Kyler Murray, get in that lane and house that. Outside of that, the secondary. I said this to Drew in a chat. I said, it looks like the Vikings are playing like they're up 28 with like 2 minutes to go. The soft zones they were leaving, people were just wide open constantly. And not only wide open, but the tackling was horseshit. On some of these receivers aren't big. Like Rondale Moore isn't big. These guys they're all the receivers are kind of small. And maybe that speaks to some of the slipperiness of them. But you saw so much of that where guy runs a 6-yard out, and then instead of running out of bounds, he takes a step in. 3 missed tackles later, he's 18 yards down the field. So Minnesota defense is not improved, and that's going to be a problem all year.
Like they super suck.
They super suck. Yeah,
team really
totals. Bad. Team totals against them until further notice, and yeah, it's not always going to be games like this where they have the chance to play against another bad secondary and get back into this game. So this was, I almost said a lucky win. Like it was a lucky, not they didn't win, they covered, but that game got weird in a hurry. And yeah, the Titans, woof. Titans are starting at the 39. Looks like the Titans are going to steal this one. Thanks, Seattle,
they are stealing it.
Yep, Broff. I was feeling pretty good about the laying it with the Seahawks. I had myself talked into that one completely. I guess if they keep their foot on the gas, they scored 6 points in the second half. Congrats, fucking Pete Carroll. You can just, go back to college. In fact, there's an opening at USC, guys.
This was a quintessential Seahawks game. Yeah. It really was. Honestly. Like by far the better team, like dominating over large swaths of the game, and you find yourself in overtime, and you lose.
Probably losing
at home.
Atlanta, Tampa Bay. I took Tampa, and I was laughing when they were down by 3. Hey, maybe I should have had the money line. Lose by 23 or so. So yeah, pick sixes can't protect Matt Ryan. He's going to make bad throws if he's got people in his face constantly. They don't have any skill position players on defense. They had a good young, not good, but a young corner, probably concuss himself today. We'll see where it comes of that.
Who is it, Atlanta?
Yeah.
Terrell?
Yeah, Terrell like hit his face on the grass really hard. I don't know if they actually took him out. So,
well, that's not good. He's kind of the only guy they have.
Yeah.
The rest of that defense is super hot trash.
Very hot trash. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of this. They're gonna ask a lot out of Matt Ryan, and I don't know if he's gonna be able to deliver, especially against a really, really, really good team.
Like, you think Tom Brady might break the passing touchdown record? Probably will, right?
It just keeps
extra game. He's got 9 through 2 weeks, and it hasn't even really been hard for him.
Yeah, that Oklahoma touchdown or that Oklahoma pick. Which also, if you're the kind of person who's like, oh, I should have dropped it because of the field position, it was 4th down. Like, yeah, but in the moment, that's hard to, like, you can't think that fast in the moment when you're just trying to defend the ball like that. So, I mean, it was kind of doing a crazy one-handed interception style like that. Didn't pick it, but he did manage to injure himself instead. Atlanta, our hopes and dreams of Atlanta's offense being good maybe still have a little glimmer, but the defense is as bad as we expected.
Matt Ryan, you know who Matt Ryan? Who does Matt Ryan remind you of right now? There's another. It's another Matt. It's another Matt. That's my clue.
Matt Schaub?
Of course, absolutely. He is going the Matt Schaub route. Like, how many weeks in a row is he going to throw a pick six? We'll find out.
We'll find. Tune in next week.
Tune in next week.
Where does that leave us? That leaves us at the game we're watching right now. Seattle, quintessential. Seattle Seahawks have never played a normal game, up by a bunch late. Can't get the cover.
They go for a field goal. It is made 33-30. Titans win in overtime.
Not even getting the win. Although we did mention like Tennessee to win the division. that would have been a good bet this week.
Didn't play it. That was the only AFC South team to win today. Colts lost, Jags lost, and the Texans lost.
Yes.
So the Titans are tied at 1-1, leaders of the AFC South. God damn, that's a bad division. The AFC West 1-1-1.
Chargers.
No, AFC West Chargers lost. Oh, we don't know about KC yet. So two AFC West winners. NFC West, Rams won, Niners won, Cardinals won.
Seahawks
lost. So the Seahawks are in last in the NFC West. How about that?
Maybe it's time to bet them.
Yeah. Wow.
Maybe it's time to go bet them. Dallas Chargers.
I don't know. You have a stomach for Seahawks right now after that coaching performance? How do you not win that game? How did you blow that game?
I think maybe they fire.
They were
fire
so much. They were so far the superior team.
I need to go back and watch some of their defensive stuff. Like it was a little rough at times from the defense. Last one, Chargers Cowboys. Like we just mentioned, the Chargers lost. No punts in the first half, and yet we still couldn't. Like
25 points.
Yeah, we needed more. We needed more from a half like that. Just wasn't going to happen. So,
not good, man. You want to know how many yards of offense there were in that game, dude? That was a 37-point game. Ultimately, 20-17.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What
were your
Chargers
takeaways
did
of that
not
game?
punt today.
The Chargers did not punt. Holy
17
shit!
points.
Oh my god.
And
Chargers going to Charger, man. And the Dallas only punted once. What? There was one punt in that game? There was one punt.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, and some of the calls, they were like the right calls. So, like, you could bitch about the refs, but it was like, you actually didn't set before that play. Like if you are in motion, you do have to get set, or that guy was downfield. Like it sucks. We had some of those bad calls, but yeah, like the penalties were. Dude, the penalties were rough.
Both teams had 400 yards of offense. Both, and they were 37 points.
It should have. You're talking probably like 30 a pop.
Oh
at least 28 a piece. So
what did you think of the pick? What did you think of the picks? The interceptions in that game.
I mean, the Darnold. My God, not even close. The Herbert one down in the red zone sucked. And a couple of them were chintzy, but that shit happens. There's more of converting in the red zone, making things happen. Converting earlier in the red zone, not waiting for that stuff.
Did you get the sense watching that game that some of Mike McCarthy's philosophy is my defense sucks, so we're going to have to really slow things down to keep them off the field? Did you get that whiff?
No, I didn't at all. Like that's how he runs his plays. Like it's not like running Zeke in stupid spots is new. Like I don't think it's seen much of a difference from last year. I mean, maybe I could go back and look and see if that's a thing, but I felt like that's how they always have run their offense, especially with McCarthy here.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Chargers were the first team since 2014 to score 17 or fewer points and not punt. Wow. Rough. And now they're last in the AFC West. So congratulations, Chargers.
This was nice. Pollard did have a larger role. I'd love to see even more. Pollard.
Oh, yeah.
Pollard to the outside is great.
Surely more Pollard. Pollard 13 carries, 109 yards compared to Zeke, who had 16 for 71. Pollard was featured on 3 targets, caught 3 for 31. Zeke was targeted twice, 2 for 26. So in terms of touches, that's a 50-50 split pretty much. All right, man.
I suppose you can't do much more than that. All right, Monday night, because we didn't get to it, Lions plus 11.5, yeah. Green Bay.
Packers the right side.
Yeah, it probably is, but it stinks of why would I lay this many points with the team?
I actually don't have a problem. If you want to lay the points, lay them.
Yeah, no, like that. It's
Detroit's going on the road. They're not going to look as lively as Detroit's not going to be as lively on the road as they were at home against San Fran. No way. This is the Packers are the right side. Anything short of 14 points is fine by me. If you want to get involved, if you want to have a DGM play, lay the points with the Packers. I get the Packers in a bunch of teasers. I'm happy with my positions on that.
Yeah, no. If you find something you like next week, maybe tease the Packers. It's not getting across the 3, but getting across the 7 and the 7 and the 10.
Yeah, you can tease Arizona down to pick them. I guarantee you, Arizona closes. I guarantee you, Arizona closes in the long teaser zone. Guarantee it. So if you want to tease Arizona with the Packers, that's a fun play.
There's a couple of them too. The Bills down to, well, that only gets down to 3.5. The Browns and Bears, you can tease the Browns at home versus the Bears team there to 1.5. There's a couple other ones.
Crazy.
Broncos over Jets. Teddy covers teasers.
That Cleveland line closes 9. That's going to get teaser protection steam. Don't you think?
Bucks on the road and SoFi up to 8. Vikings. No, don't touch that one. Gross.
Oh, Bucks out to 8.5 is fucking slick. That's a slick leg. Ooh, that's a nice leg. Ooh, that's a nice leg.
So real quick before we get to week 3 stuff, what are you looking for out of Green Bay? Besides just being normal, like, is that what we're looking for? We just need to see the normal offense that worked in the past, like.
Well, I'm looking for the mismatch with a
Detroit, I mean long-term.
With a Detroit defense. Detroit's defense has no secondary. You're literally this is literally FBS, FCS school in terms of your passing offense against their secondary. So you better have 400 yards of passing for Aaron Rodgers and 3-4 touchdowns. Yeah.
Well, no, I get that. Like, they're clearly going to be better against this defense, but from what we saw last week, like, what are we looking for long term to make you feel like this is a team we could bet on in the NFC?
Reasonable pass pro. Time for Rodgers to throw. I'd like to see double-digit targets and receptions for Devontae Adams, 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams' first touchdown scorer. That'd be nice to see. And honestly, I don't.
The other side of the ball.
I don't really care what their defense does. Defense lost Z Smith. P. Smith is their only Smith left. And I would like to see Jair Alexander pick off Jared Goff a couple times. That'd be nice.
I think that's where I am. Like, I want to see this defense play halfway decent against what should be a dog shit team as far as the passing game goes. Like, if we don't see all the first stuff you said about the passing offense, we don't see that, then we're really in trouble. Like, I think that's kind of goes without saying. That stuff should happen. I want to see this defense make the Lions look bad, like the Niners did in the first half. I want more of that. Then the Packers are definitely live.
They might make themselves look bad. I'm more interested in what the Packers offense does, honestly. Much more interested.
I think we can tell the difference between making themselves look bad and the Packers actually making plays on defense.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, anything short of a 21-point victory here for Green Bay, and I'm going to be a little disappointed in them. Seriously. They should absolutely maul these guys. This should be one-way action. If it's not, I think you have to ask some questions about the Packers and what kind of state they're in.
Wisconsin, that's what kind of state they're in. Yuck. Does somebody, last one on that, does somebody talk themselves out of it because of the backdooring by the Detroit Lions last week?
Not in this game.
Not us, but somebody's going to bring that up.
Somebody will bet. Yeah, somebody will bet the Lions on the basis of they might backdoor. And honestly, you're going to be very, very disappointed with their late game effort on the road compared to what you saw from them at home. That's my read.
And you know what? If you want to bet the Lions, bet them plus 24.5 in game. That's going to be it feels like there's going to be a much better line than plus 11.5 at some point. Or if that's
we're
your
going to
belief,
come on the halftime stream tomorrow, and I'm going to try to make a case to lay the Packers points. Whatever.
I mean, if you truly believe, I'm still on this guy. This individual thinks like they can backdoor. Like they're live enough. They have a live enough arm. Remember our Goff theory? Like, he doesn't want to be in Detroit. He has to play somewhere else. He could be dirty backdoor Goff because he needs to be playing well. He can't just piss it down his leg in the second half if he wants to get this contract somewhere else that's not drinking that water up there. So, like, I don't hate it. I don't think they cover the 11.5. But if you get a big fat number live and the Packers have to, just tap the brakes a little, like, that's where you bet the Lions. Don't bet the 11.5. And yeah, the onside kicks clearly aren't happening. Like, they're not getting inside of 8 again or something. That was ludicrous. That's not happening again.
What a weird day, man.
Thursday. Are we just saying Panthers -7, 43.5? That's a game I don't want to even deal with.
No take. I mean, the Texans with Teron Taylor might be an over team, but the Texans with David Mills are capable of putting up 0 points. So I can't get involved in that game.
Davis? I'm not even sure.
Davis.
Yeah, you said David, and in my mind, I'm like,
Davis. No. I said David. Wrong? I said Davis. It's Davis.
I'm rewinding the tape. I think you said David.
No. Davis Mills. Yeah, Davis.
You could have told me either one. I wouldn't have been sure.
It is Davis Mills.
Not betting that game.
He played college football at Stanford.
I remember him.
He Georgia kid, Greater Atlanta Christian School out of Norcross, Georgia. How about that?
Obviously.
Fish out of water in Stanford.
Cardinals Jags total's sitting there at 52. What we saw from the Jags, they have any chance to put up some points on that secondary?
No.
I don't want that. I don't want that in my life because I think you're depending on Jacksonville to put up 21 there to get to that over.
You're at least 20. Yeah. I think I can conceive Arizona getting to 31. So you need at least 21 out of the Jags to get to. Yeah, no way. Can't play it.
Next one, it's Lions.
Arizona again. Arizona is going to make for a marvelous teaser leg. Tease Arizona to your heart's content.
I feel like it was. I feel like it actually moved a few cents the Jags way. Maybe I was looking at the Panthers. The Panthers line is 7 -13. Like, it's already looking to get towards 7.5 here. Bills 9.5 point favorites at home, hosting the football team with a total of 47. Bills looked real good today, but
you jumped past Indy, Tennessee. You jumped past Baltimore, Detroit.
I don't have lines for those. Where are you looking? Let me pull that up too.
I see both of those.
Those could be old ones. I don't have them up at Chris right now.
Oh.
Sometimes they have those. When you look at the screen, those are like the lines from before. Like, you can't bet into them.
Let me look. Yeah, because that makes sense, actually, because Indy's QB is an enormous question mark, and Baltimore hasn't played yet. So
yeah, that's why I hate using the screen on that, because sometimes those are just lines from before the games.
Okay, so what was your take on Bills Washington?
Probably too many points.
Are you bought at all? Are you bought in at all to the Taylor Heineke experience?
A little bit. Like, he's gritty, gutty guy. He has some weapons. McLaurin was phenomenal. That was just what can you take away from that Thursday game outside of those teams are kind of messy? And I'm not interested in taking a messy team against a really good offense.
Although Indy,
I don't know. I doubt I get this to 10. Like, with my numbers, I have to pull up my power numbers.
I can't get this to 10 either, especially with Washington getting extra rest. Oh, no. BetOnline did put up Indy, Tennessee.
What do you got there?
Tennessee's -5, 50.5 is the total. Oh, God, I hate all these teams and all these games.
Yeah, the wins thing. Like, we might not make a bet tonight.
No, I don't have anything there. I definitely don't have anything there.
I like that they put it up with the win stuff on easy. Like, you just the moment if Wentz was out, like, you're laying 5 at home, right? Like, what is this number? Is this like 75% Wentz is in?
Well, Wentz being out is accounted for. This look ahead was 2.5, 3.
Yeah, but I guess 2-3 points for him to Eason.
No, you know what? They hung this one in the middle. This would be 7 if Wentz is out and it's the Eason show.
That's what I'm saying. Is it like is it the Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers line from preseason where they put it out there? Yeah. Just which way do you think this goes, guys? Because if it is Eason, it gets bet. If it doesn't get moved to a touchdown, it gets bet to a touchdown. So
I think
Eason is in better.
You want my professional take on this? Wentz plays, the line moves towards Indy, and Tennessee is the right side all along because Wentz relies so much on his mobility, and he's going to go out there on a bum wheel, and he's going to suck.
And Mills and Eason plays the second half anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like you can wait on this. The only way you're going to miss this is if the news comes out and they lock the line. So be ready. Have some people. Have Shefty on the
Mike.
on
Like I said, man, I think
book.
Wentz tries to go, and I think he's going to be bad because he needs his mobility. Is so much of his so much of his capable quarterbacks.
No, I'm with you. I just think you get a better
9-10 yards at a time. No. If you want Tennessee, yeah, sit on your hat. Hold your horses. Yeah, for sure. You'll get better than 5. You might get 3.
I can see that.
Yeah.
The Baltimore line is down because they played night. Same thing with the Chiefs, but Patriots Saints you mentioned at 2.5. That 2.5's getting bad. Are you scared? Are you scared to do it still? It's juicy. Like you're basically buying a 3 at this point.
That's gonna go 3, yeah.
Well, it's 3 minus 25 or 3 minus 17. Like you're getting damn close anyway. If I do the expansion on Chris, 3 is plus 102 right now. I still don't love rookie quarterback versus a good coach, but man, the fact that they are nomad on our ass and just
what do you think the Saints defenders who missed today, any of those guys you think have a chance to come back?
I don't really have a take on
Here's
that.
the problem. Like the Saints, you're going to be able to run it down their damn throats if you're the Patriots in this one. You don't need Mac Jones to do anything. This is probably an underplay. What's that total? 43? Fuck, it's 43.
It's so low. I know it.
All right, 43. Fuck.
Yeah, it might just be Pats minus 3 if we get down to it. If we get bad news on these Saints defenders, it might be a Pats minus 3. We're putting a pin in that one. That's probably a play. Played the Pats today. Just gonna be a Patriots fan the rest of my life, I guess.
Did you watch any of Jameis Winston in the Saints offense?
A little. It was just the weirdest.
Like phenomenally unimpressive, like bizarre, no game plan. This is their 3rd week in a row on the road because of the hurricane stuff.
Yeah, and I wonder if some of that is that, like just getting out of a normal practice routine, being like a traveling carnival on the road here. Now they head up to it's a tough road spot. Like
I'm gonna lay 3. I'm gonna do it at plus 102. This is gonna be a flat 3 tomorrow.
I'm gonna bet it before you bet it. It's gonna freaking jump.
This is gonna be a flat 3 tomorrow.
3 minutes. Oh, I got 102 in for you. All right, we got a bet. I think we agree pretty heartily on that one. The travel spots / travel spot playing in a tough away arena with their fans back and what has looked like a semblance of a decent offense. So Patriots minus 3 plus 102. First one for the day.
Yep.
Speaking of, oh God, Falcons Giants. What's worse, Falcons Giants or Carolina Houston?
Carolina Houston. At least you don't have any backup. At least you don't have any backup quarterbacks in Falcons Giants.
So this is Giants minus 3, leaning towards 3.5. Total of 48. The way the Falcons offense or defense looked today, and the way the Giants defense looked at times outside of Bradbury late there, like 48 a little low.
Were there any injuries for the Falcons? I didn't watch much of that game because
if there was an injury, it was a starting cornerback for the Falcons that reinforces an over. And I know you're not betting totals.
The Giants' offensive line is still a huge question mark. The Falcons were able to get pressure on Brady today. They got 4 sacks. The Falcons are probably the right side of this number. Honestly, you're getting a buy low on them. Fuck, man.
I can't bet the Falcons on the road with that defense, especially now that the Giants know that, like, hey, guess what? Daniel Jones is a mobile quarterback now. This is probably a good number, this heavy 3.
Yeah,
if it gets to a decent 3.5, maybe if this gets bet out 3.5, 4, 4.5 even.
Some of the Giants are feeling the pressure, though, because the Giants are 0-2, and the Falcons are 0-2. You have 2 0-2 teams, but there's no pressure really on the Falcons because it's a new coaching staff. There's a lot of pressure on the Giants. That may bring out some bad decision making.
Making some bad decisions.
They're already a bad decision making team. I'm gonna stay away from this game, but if you made me take a side, I'm taking the Falcons. Oh my god, how in the hell are we gonna fucking come up with 5 contest picks this week? Jesus Christ! Oh my god, these lines are.
Yeah, we have till Friday and Saturday. It's fine. We'll get there.
Chicago, Cleveland.
It's already 12 after. All right, Chicago heading to Cleveland. Teaser leg of the century, the lock of the year of the century.
You think Baker Mayfield good to go?
Waiting on that, but it seemed like he was fine in game. He seemed like he was okay.
Anyone going to talk themselves into the Bears here? Am I going to get a flat 7 at some point?
Oh man, I think it's hard to take what they did in week 1, where they look kind of bad, pretty bad, especially in the secondary. They didn't beat a very good team this week. Like I don't know what's talking you into betting the Bears. It's a lot of points. Like I probably am pretty close on that number, 7.5, 8. But I'm teasing this.
The Browns have a little bit of a difficult next game against Minnesota, but not enough that it would be a look-ahead spot.
I don't know if I'm calling that difficult anymore.
Yeah,
those receivers are probably licking their chops waiting to get to Minnesota. So yeah, I think the Browns probably get better.
Browns are the right side.
Yeah, even though I'm gonna run my shit right now, I'm probably at about an 8. Bengals, Steelers. The Steelers. That's a team I don't know what to make of. 4.5 hosting the Bengals. Burrow looked just okay today. Steelers pass rush, though, if we're having some issues there, it kind of takes away one of the big weaknesses for Cincy. Talk me into betting Cincy plus 4.5 as a road division dog.
No. No way. No way. No way. If TJ Watt is out, I'll think about it. Tyson Alualu out might matter too, because they're now starting to get real thin on pass rush, so they may not be able to really put any pressure on Burrow. I didn't have a very good read on why they stunk today, other than their coaching stinks. Burrow, did he make bad decisions? What was going on there? We got to rewatch that tape. I can't play a Bengals game without seeing the tape. I didn't watch enough of that game, I'll be honest.
Cincy at Pitt. I make it 6.
Yeah.
I haven't done any adjustments down for Pittsburgh yet, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're going to be without some key players on defense.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Miami, Vegas. Jesus, dude.
Set up.
Yeah.
5:45.
Wow.
Do we feel like we know less about football after this week?
Kind of.
Raiders offense.
5-point favorites at home, back at home. Miami heads to Vegas. Miami is now 1-1. Boy, was that an ass kicking they absorbed today. Tua, I don't know what his rib situation was. Did you get the sense that was a long-term thing, reading about it?
It's not sounding like he's playing.
The fact that it's adjusted out from 1 to 5 tells you that's a very low likelihood he plays. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's playing. That's probably where this should be. Jeez, let's go.
God damn it.
Las Vegas, Miami. No 2 adjustment for me. I have it like I put them in backwards.
4 is my fare there with Brissett, and 5 is the current number, so no play for me.
Yeah, I can't. With Brissett, I'm probably going to put it. What are you doing? 2 points for Brissett?
Oh, Brian. Does a Tua injury hasten Deshaun Watson's arrival in Miami? That is the $1 billion question, Brad.
That's the most excited I've been about anything looking at these lines. 2
is not 5 points better than Brissett.
No, I make it like 2.5, I think.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to make the adjustment. It takes me to 4.5.
2.5.
Close enough.
Yeah. I'm at
Broncos
4.
minus 11 at the
My fair is
Jets.
4. So
I'm at 4.5, so close-ish.
I would think about
11,
Miami. Good
11
Lord.
for the Broncos. Are we laying 11 with Teddy Bridgewater? Oh,
11?
A total of 41. Oh no, the Jets aren't that bad. I might bet the Jets right now.
Don't do it, dude.
I'd like, in what world?
11? Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't.
You know, the look ahead was 9 apparently, so maybe I'm reacting irrationally.
How much home field are we giving Denver?
Well, this is their home opener. This is Denver's home opener. They've had 2 road
still
games. This is early in the season at altitude.
Rookie quarterback.
Jets have been fucking bad. Oh
Teaser
man,
leg.
oh man. I guess that's the right angle, right?
And this is a good call too. Like the Jets might just run, punt.
That's a really good
Let's
point.
not let this kid absolutely destroy his psyche for the second week in a row at altitude in a hostile environment, like against a better team, which they all are at this point. Still, the Jets are getting a downgrade. I can't get this to 11, but I'm not betting it.
Oh my God, that's a big number.
Last couple here before we kick off. Bucks Rams. Again, Bucks up to 8. Like I was pissed there wasn't much for teasers on the board this week. There's so many this week. Bucks up to 8 in SoFi. That total is
I gotta get my
inflated. It's inflated, but I can't bet an under there.
How about the Bucks being dogs? How about that?
Yeah, you should just.
Did you have guessed that? I wouldn't have guessed we would see the Bucks as dogs.
What was preseason on that one?
Bucks minus 1-ish. So it's flipped across 0.
The Rams getting some just hilarious touchdowns against the Bears, playing well there, and then taking care of business versus Indy. And honestly, like that. Again, I don't want to shit on your play, but like with the punt thing, that was a game where maybe it's weird. I'm gonna say like the Colts were probably the right side, but at the same time, that game didn't feel like it was that close. Does that make sense to you? Like it was a decent win. It was a decent road win for the Rams.
It was a decent road win.
They didn't look like they were going to lose the game. Is what I'm saying.
They whatever they needed, they had it right. Like it was literally like, what do we need? Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Like every time they were
4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Every time they were asked, they had the answer. 100%. That I agree with. But that should have been a 3. That should have been a 3-point game, not 4.5. So I feel like that. Yeah, Colts at that big number was the right side. Because again, like if the Colts are more efficient in the red zone early in that game, it's a little bit of a different look.
What do you think about Tampa?
Players. All right, my line 0. My line there is Tampa minus 2. That's my fair.
Yeah, I'm betting their money line. I can expand the Chris line here and bet just Tampa at plus 100. I'm not taking the points.
I can get plus 110 at BetOnline.
That's where at. There we go.
All right, I'm in at Tampa money line plus 110.
Yeah, that's just don't take the points here. I'm not taking 2 points in a total of 54. So
Bucs
plus
secondary is an issue, but
you have the better receiver. So is the secondary for the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams defense is not stopping this Bucs offense. No, sir. No, sir. But I can see the Bucs. I can see the Bucs defense stepping up and having a good performance. They are very, very aggressive. They can win 1v1 versus the Rams pass pro, and they can get after Goff. This might be one where people talk themselves into an over, and it gets bet up from 50. I guess I already 54. It gets bet up to 56. Gets bet up to 56, and then it lands like it's like a final score like what was Bucs Packers last year, 38-10, right? Yeah. 48 points. I can see a similar sort of gameplay out here, honestly. Even though it's
I was just gonna say, like, if books were gonna release team totals early, I would be betting Tampa Bay team total over 27.5 right now.
I can see. Maybe I said Goff,
they
but
come
Stafford.
out the game,
I can see Stafford under pressure here. honestly.
The game is going to be up to 56, and you're going to get a 28.5, which sucks way worse. So, Seattle heading to the
Carlton
Dome.
Davis got hurt today. See, that's why I get for not seeing those games. But is he going to be out? Who's active today? Did he get hurt?
We can find out.
We
can do a little news searching on that one. I still bet it. I'm
fuck it
on that number.
I mean,
how bad was
your coverage is never really the issue one way or the other. They're going to be able to get pressure. Vita Vea is going to be able to win 1v1 against that D line. Sue, there you go. That's a nice matchup for the Bucs. This is a good matchup for them. I think they go on the road and win.
Yeah, there's those receivers on turf. I'm fine backing them as essentially an underdog here.
I think this closes a pick 'em also. So we're getting ahead of it.
I think it could flip. Seahawks, a short favorite heading on the road to play Minnesota off an overtime loss.
I mean, how can you not take the Seahawks here, right?
So my only qualm is the Seahawks defense looked kind of beatable at times, but are you putting? Honestly, those offenses aren't that different for me. Like Cook and I say Tractor Cito so much I can't even think of his real name sometimes. Like they have
Travis Henry,
really good receiver one.
Derrick Henry, obviously. Yeah.
Travis Henry. Oh, you did say Travis Henry one time. Really good receiver one, top end back, and yeah, put Tampa money line on the screen. We're betting only really good teams this week, I guess. Seattle. This is like the same matchup. Vikings are worse and have probably a worse overall defense. We're getting all road favorites here.
Seattle, no.
Tampa or New England's at home.
Patriots are home. I don't mind taking Seattle against Minnesota. Minnesota has had 2 road games. This is their home opener. You think their defense will play better with the home crowd, Andy?
They're going to do they're doing the thing.
You're going to do the skull thing, yeah. Does the skull thing have to do with the dip, or is it totally unrelated?
I'm not sure. They are a pick 'em.
That's a very fair question by Deep Value Better. Are we sure the Cards aren't a better version of the Seahawks instead of the other way around? That's a very good question. It's a fair question.
Just the tackling that we saw from Minnesota today. I don't know. Like, if they're gonna do that again, you're gonna see
5 minutes tops. Yeah,
5 minutes at least. Yeah, if that
tops.
We'll be done here. You're missing dinner, Drew.
No, there's just people hanging out in the yard. Want to have a little party.
Like just like strangers? Oh, like people you know.
People I know.
I'm like, blink twice if you're in danger.
We had yacht club races here in Long Beach this weekend, so there's a lot of friends in town. I'm not joking.
Of course, yacht club. Chris is already out to -24 on the pick'em here. So if you can
I'm gonna take pick'em at -110 at BetOnline. Good plan.
I think that is.
Oh, it moved to -1 on me. You clowns. All right.
I didn't hit the refresh circle yet. I'm a little worried.
I got Seahawks -1 at -110. Yeah,
good enough. All right, put it on the board. 3 picks.
All right.
No totals.
I gotta tell you, here's the thing. Like
KC has a pick 6 already. Oh, good. Hey, Honey Badger's back.
Is he?
They
missed the extra point though, right? Did they miss the extra point?
I don't have it on the screen yet.
Or did it just happen? Red zone. It must have just happened. Oh, wow. There you go. There it is. Wow.
Yeah, Seahawks -1.
My goodness, dude. That was a big split, sharp square. And I did not understand the love for the Ravens at all. But so involved, thankfully, here. Yeah, no, those are 3 good starters.
I'm worried that the Ravens might just not be good.
They might suck.
It's like the Niners last year. Very, very talented roster, good head coach, lots of injuries for them. Yeah. Massive amount of injuries. The Ravens are getting close to being in that boat.
Doinked in the extra point. Okay.
Back at halftime?
Yeah, let's come back at halftime. If you can, if you can find Raiders -1, yes, absolutely fire on that. That fair price is that fair is should be Raiders 4.
Yeah, check when we're doing
you
this.
see
We're going through these opening lines.
Yeah,
you have stale stuff.
Get it.
Don't hit it too hard if you think that book is gonna get rid of you.
Yeah, if they're gonna use that as an opportunity to leverage you out, then don't. But if you can hit those over the course of the balance of the season, you'll do well. We might be talking about Raiders 3-0. How about that? That'll be something. We didn't mention Green Bay, San Francisco. Do you have an early thought on that one? Total at 48. Lines San Francisco -4. I'm going to make a bet on that game ultimately.
If we just see mass casualties and nasty destruction of the Lions defense and offense, honestly, like where does this reopen? 2.5?
I'm hopeful of that. I'm hopeful. I would like to play the Niners at a short price here. What do you think?
At home, too. I mean, Rodgers, it's just an audition to come play out on the coast next year. I think he'll play well.
At this point, the Broncos are going to have a tough decision. Are they going to keep Teddy Bridgewater or bring in Aaron Rodgers?
Do a split. I guess you can do some sort of split. Use them both.
Right?
We use Teddy if we're not covering late. So, all right. Let's call it. Let's watch the rest of this first half, and we'll reconvene here.
All right.
No totals.
Good
DK
plan.
Still has Pats -1.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Good. Get some
hit
of that. Get some of that. Let's play the outro music, and let's come back at come back at halftime. You think the Chiefs just embarrassed the Ravens tonight? Like, could this be one way?
Do you remember that game between these two? That one
last
game?
year, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we joke.